Whew, I am back. I'm back home and I wanted to jump on here and say hello to everyone that will be joining here live and also maybe on the replay. But boy, what a whirlwind in the last, maybe 36, 48 hours. I don't know. I can't even fathom what just happened. So first of all, I want to say I'm super glad to be back home. I got home late last night about 1 a.m. Well, this morning, I guess. And I got to cuddle with my daughter who was not feeling very well. She was sick and had a fever for the past few days. And I'm excited because I get to go watch basketball. So I'm so excited that I get to watch my son play today and celebrate his wins with his grades. I'll talk to you about that at another time, but we are those parents who pull out our kids if they do not get good grades. And, I think that it's really important. So I looked up his grades this morning and he has worked his tail off and I'm super proud of him. And I'm so glad that we get to watch him play today in Denver. So I'm super excited to head to watch at least 3 games, I think. So I'm super excited because I love watching basketball and I love his team and the parents and everybody else. So anyway, but I'm back. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I wanted to jump on really quick because I just wanted to share, if you haven't been watching my social media feed and trying to keep up of where I've been and what I've been doing, I just wanted to kind of jump on here real quick. I have learned so much and I have met such incredible people in the last 2 days that I was in Orlando. And, it's crazy because I'm not the social media queen. I'm not. I am not by far. I have so much more to learn. And I went to an expo and there was a speaker there and I thought it was really interesting. And I kind of kept that in the back of my mind and maybe it has had an effect on me overall. But the speaker at this expo that I went to, he mentioned how when he goes out of town and he goes to conferences, that he actually goes and tries to look and see what's on the schedule at the hotel. And then he actually goes to those other meetings to learn something else. So I thought that was pretty cool because I kept thinking, oh my gosh, that's really smart. And he thought that it was really neat because he actually did learn from other industries and other professions and whatever was going on that he went to. And I thought that's super brilliant, and I don't know, maybe that was at the time that I started to think about reaching out to other people and places and learning from them. And, I can always bring it back to my own industry and my profession, but I feel like there's something, everybody is just so intelligent and brilliant in their own industry and how people are always striving to be better. And so that is what I did in the last 48 hours now. So, and I just wanted to jump on and share that with you all because hi, Judy. Thanks for joining me. I just wanted to talk about how I'm learning from different people and different industries. And it was pretty incredible because I was excited to go. I was super excited all the way over there, and then it hit me when I landed and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm literally going to walk into a room that, I felt somewhat comfortable because I have met some of these people online with social media, but I was really walking into a conference that I had no idea if I was going to fit in. And it was kind of nerve-wracking, and it was something that, yes, I love social media and I use it. And I have to say that social media, when used correctly, is really, really good. Like these people that I've forged friendships, or I have to say acquaintances, because not until this week or these past few days that I actually met them. Coach Stone, oh my gosh, thanks for jumping on. But just jumping into places, Coach Stone, oh my gosh. Okay. So he's an incredible person. You guys need to follow him too. He's got these really good, I don't even know how many books you have out now, like 5, coaching books out there. But he's someone that I met through an acquaintance, through, somebody, and it forged a connection. And he is an amazing, amazing person. And these kinds of things won't happen unless you take that step out there. And so here I walk in, by the time I actually got there, I was super excited, and then the anxiety kind of came in, but I was like, oh, well, I'm here anyway. I got to just suck it up, so I walked in there, to the conference, and I just thought, oh my gosh, okay, I hope this goes well because, I'm here anyway. And, most of the reason why I got there was, I saw this Hustle and Grind conference, and I was planning to go, or I wanted to go, but I was just coming back from an audiology conference. And I thought there is absolutely no way that I really want to turn around and go again, until my friend Lisa Copeland calls me up and says, I have a ticket for you. You need to get out here. And I thought, oh, okay, let me see if that'll work. And, you kind of sit in that space of, okay, that is so out of my comfort zone. So I think I'm just going to stay put, and I'm here to tell you, you cannot stay put. You have to keep moving forward. And, going back to this topic of social media, I wanted to kind of sit and talk about that today because it was really humbling for me, because I feel like I do a lot on social media, but I still have so much more to learn, and I learned a lot there. I learned a lot. And one of the biggest things that I learned, I came out there and I thought, okay, I'm going to be super prepared. You guys saw my post before. I looked up all the speakers, got their Twitter handles, their Instagram handles. Oh my gosh, I was ready. I put it up there in case anybody there at the conference needed the handles. I did not know if they were going to have a lookbook ready. I did not know, how active people were, especially the speakers. But I was just going to do that. And so I arrived there, and about half the day, so I missed the first half of the day, which was, I heard, incredible. My friend Michelle McLean got up there on stage with a snake, and I still need to see the full video, but it was life-changing for her. And it was a speaker, Gary Cox, who had her up there and really helped her conquer her fears and really changed her life. And again, this was an automotive conference. It was a lot of veterans and people out there talking and inspiring people for the emerging, auto salesmen, and, a lot of different people there. And, there was a speaker that was there talking about conquering fears. And Michelle was, I heard, incredible. And she just, her life changed there. And she was one of the other people that Lisa brought out at the same time. And oh my gosh, if we didn't answer the call and step up, there would have never been that experience, and it's sometimes indescribable. And so, what I learned from my social media background was, I was prepared and ready to go. I got out there the first day and I was tweeting out, I do what I do, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. I'm getting no engagement, right? But I was still putting it out there because that's what I do. I got some engagement from the speakers, which was good, because one of the speakers was a media mogul and he was very engaging on Twitter. But I sat back and I thought, you know what? This is not their space. This is not their space, and it's okay. So the next day, the second day, I did a lot more on Facebook because that's where they all live. That's where this auto fam lives. And I did a lot more on Facebook, and it was incredible. It was incredible. Well, first of all, I had dinner. I had drinks and dinner. Actually all night with some incredible people, Melissa Burrow, Diane Uzelac, and then Marcus Stone. I met Marcus Stone for the first time. He runs a show called The Daily Dose Show, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Tiffany Brown, she is my BFF, and I love you, and I don't know where you are. You're probably still in Amsterdam, or I have no idea where in the world is Tiffany Brown, but she's here on my Facebook Live. So again, technology, you guys, this makes me so happy. But going back to Marcus Stone, he has the Daily Dose Show, 6:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, and I never tuned into it. And he won me over because of his smile and how passionate he was about it. And so we kind of sat around all night, all four of us, and we just, okay, she's in Boston. Okay. I need to talk to you, so I'll text you later. But, we sat around, and I learned so much about what he does on Facebook Live and how he has really only been going and doing Facebook Live for 6 months now, 6 months, and he is incredibly successful. And, we shared some different thoughts, and we challenged him, and now we've got this little mastermind going, Marcus Stone. So we're going to keep you accountable. But it was such a great experience just having that extra connection time to Melissa Burrow. I knew from Facebook only, and I met Diane and Marcus that day. And I mean, we just hit it off and connected. And these are some of the things that you will never get back, if you don't take that step to go do something that might scare you, or might be just out of character or out of your comfort zone. And so I wanted to just kind of talk about that. With that social media, what I learned was once I went to Facebook Live, these people sat there and engaged. I mean, it was very humbling for me. And, I learned to sit in the spot where the engagers are. That was a big learning experience for me, because I felt that because Twitter and Instagram were so quick, thoughts, that it was a lot easier to use them at events. But you've got to do your research, and you've got to figure out what is good for where your audience sits. So that was the first thing, is I learned how to sit where the engagers are. The second thing is, with Facebook and what you're doing at events, or with anything, like if you're seeing this video, this live, and you want to share it, don't just hit share, but say something about what it's meaning to you, or what's speaking to you, because I feel like that is a lot more engaging. There was a guy that was up there, Sean Hayes, and he hit me with a lot of great points, and I was taking notes, and I ended up doing a really good post for him. And this was one of my examples, is that he had such good takeaways, and then, at the end, he talked about his book. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to write his takeaways, and I'm going to write about his book. I'm going to put the link of his book and then also tag him. And it meant a lot to me. And so I said something about it. And what's funny is my friend Reg, who lives in California, saw it all. Whatever I said spoke to her, about what Sean said, so it's just kind of this ripple effect. And she got online, purchased the book, and ended up going into, his, like mastermind class type of thing, to take it further. And so, it's one of those things that, yes, share it if you can, but also don't forget to tag the appropriate people and what they're doing when you're sharing somebody out, as well as, what it meant to you, because you never know if, with people not being live where you are, something's happening in you that you have to get out. And so it's super important that when you are sharing something, that you say why it was so important to you. Thank you, Tiffany. She says, I always learn so much from you. And it's likewise. I mean, that woman, oh man, I would not be able to do life without Tiffany Brown. Everybody needs a Tiffany Brown. She is so special. And I can't wait. We got to chat, because we have so many plans that we have to implement. So anyway, so that's also what I learned, is when you push people out, talk about what they're doing, talk about how it sat with you, and then put their links of what they're doing so that it makes it easy for people. What I'm learning in business is make it easy for somebody to do business with you. Okay. And so if you're trying to get somebody out there and you really want to do this, for them, make it easy for somebody who's reading that post, or make it easy for them to connect to that person that you've connected to. Okay. Another thing that I learned is, tag the appropriate people. So I went live a couple times. Number one, I went live with my, amazing friend, Lisa Copeland. So if you are going to watch her, oh my gosh, you've got to go back and watch her video. She talks about just the female consumer and why it's so important to market to the female consumer, because we are the ones that buy. We are the ones that influence people. And so, watch her live. The other person I went live after I did Lisa's was a guy named Frank Crinity. He is like the number 2, like, salesman, in the automotive industry. But he is so humble. And I've known Frank, through Facebook. And this was the first time I met him in person. And my friend Ken Walls did this amazing intro video for him. And so, as I was finishing up with Lisa's live, Ken reaches out and he's like, you have to go live with Frank. And I was like, okay, I will. I'll totally go live. Because he wanted to see it. And people who weren't able to, attend the conference wanted to see it. So I did go live with Frank Crinity. And it was funny because I tagged Frank in my live. And as I was sitting there taping him live, people were commenting, but they were people that I didn't know either, because I set it to public to make sure that people that wanted to see Frank on stage could also see it, like with Ken, although I'm friends with Ken, so he could have seen it through my live. But for the people that were Frank's friends, if I set those settings to just my friends, Frank's friends or hashtag Frank's fans wouldn't have been able to see it. His wife actually thanked me too for going live. And I just checked this morning. I haven't checked lately, but Frank's video, the live video, has probably over 900 views. It was like 8 something. So I'm assuming it's like 900, but you need to go listen to Frank Criniti's talk. So humble, talking about sales and how he prepares himself with the most amazing mindset every morning to get it done. Positivity and what he does, and he shared what he does. And so go back and listen to Frank Criniti's Facebook Live that I did. And when you go live, tag those appropriate people so that people can also enjoy it along with you. Now, I want to also say, another person that I went live with was Marcus Stone, and I sat at his round table, and half was to support him, but I also wanted to see what he does and how he inspires people, like in the live flesh. And so we sat down, my friend Melissa and I sat down, and we're sitting at his table, and I went live with him, and I knew he didn't, it didn't matter to him that I went live. But the one thing I do want to say when you go live that I didn't fully check out, but, I was assuming that it was okay, is when you're going live at a conference, I want you to make sure that you're cognizant and aware of if it's okay, because there are people that have not paid to be there. And then there are the speakers who, that's their content. And so you want to kind of make sure that you check and see if, with the conference organizers and also with the speakers, if it was going to be okay that you tape them live and you kind of tape the whole session. Otherwise, the other option is you could take a picture and post it and talk about what you learned and, make notes, or you can just go live for a snippet and then cut it off so you don't get their whole content. I assumed it was okay because there were other people doing live, and so I think it was fine. And then Marcus is amazing, and I know that he didn't mind, going live. And so that's one of the things that when you do go live, if you're at a conference, you do want to be cognizant. Oh my gosh, I have to catch up on some of these comments. And Tiffany, I wish you could have come with me as well. And I don't know what to say fast 3 times, Judy. So I'm just talking, so I'm not really too sure. You'll have to put that in the comments. All right. So, going live, what I've learned so much, especially from my friend Marcus Stone, is, whatever you're doing, whatever you're learning, you can always inspire somebody, right? And, you have to take the next step. You have to reach out to somebody, and video is the answer. Hank Norman was the media mogul that was there, and video is the answer, folks. So whether it's in your audiology practice, whether it's just going live, Ken Walls had recommended to go live on your personal page first so that you get your followers. You start to get a following, right? And so start there. Just start somewhere. But people are interested, right? Have some great topics, but then also have takeaways too. Again, Ken Walls, this is what I learned in the WOW formula. Ken has a private Facebook group that he teaches us all kinds of stuff about just social media and connecting and, just everything that we can use in our businesses. He also says that people tune in because they either want entertainment or they want to learn something. And so don't just go live to just go live, but have something that you want to think about, that you want to talk about so that people do get something out of it. When I was in Marcus Stone's roundtable, somebody had asked, well, why would you do live over just taping a video and like putting it out there? And Amit Gozalia, I'm going to tag you later because we had this conversation too. And yes, it is safer and it's still video. It's still movement if you pre-record a video rather than go live. But the thing that you get when you go live, Marcus had talked about Facebook algorithms, liking the live video better. But my whole thing is that you get this engagement. You get to go back and talk. I get to see who's on here with me right now. Judy and Tiffany, Coach Stone, I get to see who's here and I get to engage at the same time. Yes, being entertained while learning is brilliant. Yes. Frank Criniti is on here. The Frank Criniti is on here watching live. So I told everybody to go watch your talk, Frank, because, oh my gosh, it blew everybody away. He is the most humble person. And, such a great attitude in life, and it's something that you do not want to miss. It is on my feed probably just like 2 or 3 posts down after this. So please go watch him, follow him. He's amazing. He's amazing. The last thing that I want to put out there is I'm not even numbering this. What am I saying? Oh my gosh, I usually have like number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, never mind. Big announcement. Big announcement. Okay. Sorry, my screen went black. Okay, big announcement. I'm taking Marcus Stone's and Ken Walls and everybody else advice and being consistent. So I'm going to announce that I am going to go live every week at a set time so that you guys can tune in. And it will be, we'll see how this works, but it will be Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Wednesdays, from my personal page. So please join me. And I'm super excited. I'm going to leave you with 2 quotes from 2 people that I learned from this over the past 2 days. Number 1 from Marcus Stone, show up and be consistent. Okay. Number 2 from the Frank Crinity, stop making excuses and saying, I can't, I won't, and I don't have time. It is a mindset. So change your mindset and change your life. Tiffany's putting it on her calendar. Yes. And if you can't join in, catch it on the replay. I'm going to be more consistent, I promise you. And I will be here Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on my personal page. And thank you for posting it, Tiffany. And I've got to go. I've got basketball games to watch, man. I am heading out. So thank you guys for joining me and tuning in and catching it on the replay. And I love you guys. See you later. Have a good weekend.